and welcome back to my channel. It's great to be back. It's been a few days. I'm anxious to get going on another little project. I'm pretty much done with my Christmas decorating, especially inside, but I do need to work on some of my outside projects. And one of the things that I need to make for my entryway, which will be part of the challenge next week with Arlen and Kim, is a wreath. Now, heaven knows I have enough wreaths, but I didn't have one for the entryway because I've kind of moved things around and got them in different places. So I was thinking about what could I do to make a wreath and make it economically. If you know about me, you know that I'm 73 years old, I'm retired, and I live on a fairly limited income. I also hate to shop, so you don't see me do a whole lot of hauls. Once in a great while you'll see me do a haul, but it's not something that is a regular occurrence with me. Most of my hauls would be off the internet if I do get them. But I had some mesh that I used last year to make a wreath, and it was a very pretty wreath. And I had a little bit left. I know it's not enough to make a whole wreath, but I thought maybe, and I had another mesh that is similar but not the same, so I thought maybe I could utilize the two of them and then come up with something to brighten it up and decorate it up a little bit and put it outside by my entryway. I must tell you, I'm doing this one after I tried out the first mesh to see if it would go all the way around, and then I came back to do this because, very honestly, if it didn't work, you weren't never going to see this video. But it did work, and I'll show you what I did, and I can show you that here, and you'll see me doing it, is the outside ring with this mesh that is a thick, like a burlap mesh with a red stripe in it. And it makes a nice wreath, but you can see I have just an outside ring. So I also have some of this mesh, and this, if you were with me a while back, was what I used for making the golfer. It's kind of flimsy, but it will stand up, I think. I'm not sure if that's the one I want to use or if this is the one I want to use. I'm not liking those two together. I'm thinking if I put this one on the inside and then maybe put some red mesh in, going back and forth around. Anyway, let's go back and try the middle ring now and see how we do with using our leftover mesh. Be right back. Okay, here we are. I'm going to see. I have serious doubts if I'm going to get around this, but I'm going to give it a try. And if you're seeing this video, it means I made it. I do have a string that's got me kind of stuck here. Let's get rid of that. Okay, I'm going to gather this up. I'm not sure where I got this form. It really doesn't look like craft outlet form. Maybe a Hobby Lobby. And I'm just attaching this to the form. And I'm going to try to do 10-inch loops around the outside, and we'll see how far we can get. This is fairly stiff mesh. You know, I always look for ways to use up what I already have. because it's terrible to just waste it. And we know the bubble method will use a whole roll, which is nice, but these are partial rolls from before, so that won't work here. And I'm just kind of going from 0 to 10 over here on my mat. Whoops. As I said, this is very stiff mesh. I guess I didn't get that one in tight enough. I guess I didn't get it in there tight enough. We'll do it again. Here we go. It's going to be close. A helicopter flying overhead. Not sure why. Looking for something or someone. Well, folks, I think we're going to make it. I'm pleased with that. Look at this. And I have one more loop to make. Do you believe? Do you believe in magic? I'm going to give this, I think when I retied this one, I went a little too far on one side. I'm going to move a little over. Give myself a little better poof on this side. There we go. Look at that. Made it around. Hello, hallelujah. So, that gets rid of this roll. Look at that. Perfect. So here's the other roll, and it's just a plain, and those of you who watch my channel saw me make the golfer's wreath with this one. So I'm going to go around the inside with this one, and we'll see what happens. I know I have enough to go around the inside. So I'll start it just like I did the other. I haven't cut the other one off yet. I will. Okay, here I am, and I'm going to go around the inside with this mesh, and I'm going to gather it up, find a twisty, and I'm going to go around the frame and secure this. You know, I'm getting to be a real expert with these. I actually put them on in the right direction most times now. It's amazing, but it's true. Okay, so we're going to continue with our 10-inch loops. And again, I'm just going from 0 to 10 on my little mat here. If this works, it'll be nice to use up that mesh. And you could do the same thing with any two colors that are compatible with each other. And these are both like a burlap base. And let's see, it's puffing out nicely with the other one. And I'm just about going to make it with this. Just about. Maybe. I might not. In which case, we'll have to move to plan B. I don't know what plan B is yet, but we'll find one. I think I'm going to make it by the skin of my teeth here. At the end of my roll. And here's my last tie. Well, I don't believe that luck. I'm going to just stick this down underneath here. I'm going to go back under and tie them all off. Now, this one here is a little smaller, so what I'm going to do is split the difference between this one and the one before it. There we go. Do you believe? I do believe. All right. We're on a roll. 2 times around. Okay. Let's see. Next thing I'm going to do is, what do we use on it next? Let me get some ribbons cut, and I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, here I am back again, and these are the ribbons I'm going to use. I have this pretty red one with the cardinal, a solid red with some glitter, a red plaid, and a peppermint candy. So I'm just going to kind of put these together. It'll make it easier when I go to do the wreath. And I didn't count the curls on this wreath, but every work wreath I have worked with has had 18, so that's how I cut the ribbons. I cut 9 of each because I'm going to be alternating. And I either cut 8 of one or 10 of the other on this one, so we'll see how that works out. Everybody ready for Thanksgiving? I'm having Thanksgiving here. It'll only be 4 of us, just my sister and her husband and my husband and I. So, but we'll have all the trimmings. Now, I see a lot of, I've seen, excuse me, a lot of these videos about getting ready for Thanksgiving and the side dishes and all of that. And, you know, I never in my life had sweet potato for Thanksgiving. I don't know how I count it. Not very well. We had squash, butternut squash, and turnip. Or it's actually rutabaga, not turnip. It's the big ones. So that's what we're having, along with green bean casserole and whatever else I figure I'll put together. So, all right, I'm going to start with these 2. And I'm just going to bend them in half, find the middle, scrunch it up, find my tie, and I don't think I'm going to undo it, and for the simple reason this burlap mesh is so puffy that my ribbons could get lost in it. And I'm going to kind of put them going outwards on the bottom. So I'll be cooking, and I'm making some homemade cranberry sauce, which is always good. And the turkey, and the stuffing, and the gravy, and the mashed potato. And we'll all be so stuffed. Historically, I've had Thanksgiving dinner around 5 or 6 o'clock. But you know, when you do that, you end up cleaning up, sitting down for a few minutes or a little bit of a time. Us old folks do anyway. And then going to bed. And so you're going to bed really with a lot of food on your stomach. So this year, I'm planning to serve at 2. And that way you have the afternoon, I guess you could say, to recuperate. And then if you want a little snack or something at nighttime, you can always have a dessert, or you can have little leftovers, or pickings as I call them. I've only got a 12-pound turkey, 12.5 pounds, so there's not going to be a whole lot of pickings, but there's only 4 of us, so there'll still be some. I don't know that I've had sweet potato, and I like sweet potato, but I have to tell you, I don't like it with all the marshmallows and stuff on it. To me, that's not a vegetable. But then, see, it's all in just what you've been brought up with. I see quite a few people from the South are having things like collard greens and macaroni and cheese. Never had macaroni and cheese. I wouldn't have it now because my sister and I would be the only 2 to eat it. I do love it. And I have to tell you, I wish you could see my shirt, and you'll see it at the end. Wearing this black shirt was a poor idea when you're working with this burlap stuff. And I don't work with a lot of burlap, so, because I know it can be dangerous if you do. Oh, there's the extra one. One more on the bottom. And you're going to have 2 together because it's just not, it's even. But you know what? I bet nobody's going to notice except me and everybody out there that's watching me. All right, we'll move up to the top. And I'm giving these a good 3 twists. I'm not planning to put a whole lot more, if anything, in them. Tomorrow we'll be putting up our outside lights. It's 80 degrees right now, and the humidity is still up today, so I think the humidity is supposed to go down tomorrow. Here it is, hanging out on the wall. That is going to be beautiful. It's really quite big. It's at least 24, 26 inches across. And of course down here is still empty, but it'll be filled up shortly. Hi everyone. Sorry, but I was busy loading these videos onto my computer and realized I never said see you later to everybody. So I wanted to stop back and just make sure I've wished everybody out there a happy Thanksgiving. I hope you all have a wonderful time with your family or friends. And also I want to thank all my new subscribers. And if you like what you saw today and you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button down below and subscribe and hit the bell, and then you'll be notified every time I make a video. So very short and sweet. Just want to say hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great Thanksgiving. See you later, and everybody play nice now. Bye-bye.